Is the Son of God the angel of the Lord? This is a popular Catholic Protestant teaching dating from almost 2 millennia. You could also argue this was one of the earliest heresies in the early Christian movement of the first and second centuries. This is also a teaching that is shared by Unitarian systems like the Jehovah's Witnesses or other so-called Arian Unitarian views, where they believe that the man Jesus from Nazareth literally pre-existed. That is, he was before his virgin birth an angel of the Lord. So let's see if this is true according to the New Testament. The first question to ask is, where is the Son? Hebrews 1, in the past God spoke to our fathers at different times and in various ways through the prophets, but now in these last days, God has spoken to us through the Son. So here we see that in ancient times, it says, in many different ways, in many different people, God spoke to the fathers. So another way of looking at this is that God used various type of agents. By various, I mean humans and angelic or spirit beings to communicate whatever it was that he wanted to communicate. For example, the Torah of Moses is said to have been mediated through angels. And obviously, God worked directly through Moses and other individuals. So let's see what else Hebrews 1 has to say about who the Son is. In verse 5, it says, God never said to any of his angels, "You are my son. Today I have become your father." And God never said to any of his angels, "I will be his father and he will be my son." So these are explicit statements, but in their attempt to force the existence of a pre-existing or pre-virgin birth individual here, many argue that Jesus was not just any angel, but the angel of the Lord. But this would be like saying something akin to a queen bee is not a bee. I mean, it's still a bee, so an angel is still an angel. And here the language is very explicit to any angel, any angelic messenger. So the mind boggles at this claim, since Hebrews 1 is all about how the Son of God has also been made much greater, as you read through the chapter, than any angel. And furthermore, in Hebrews 2:5, it says that the world to come, or as the Jews understand it, the age to come, the Messianic age, God is not delegating all authority to an angel. So the text goes on to explain this in very stark and clear detail. So we have the complete word study dictionary saying things like the designation of the father-son relationship by words with a temporal notion, "This day have I begotten you," which is what Hebrews 1 is citing, Psalm 2:7, has troubled theologians who have proffered various explanations. Origen, who's the father of the so-called eternal generation, understood it as referring to the Son's eternal generation. So you can see how some evangelicals are honestly telling us that the language of Hebrews 1, the very explicit and clear words and phrases used, are problematic for the Catholic, Protestant, and other systems. So here's a helpful reminder as a mnemonic. God never said to any type of angel, I have begotten you. So that's Hebrews 1:5. And you can also use it as a mnemonic with Hebrews 5:1, where it says that God chooses priests, he's high priests, not from any angel, but obviously from human stock or human beings. And here's a interesting evangelical note from the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament on the word angels. It's thus self-evident that throughout the New Testament there can be no question of any equality of the angels with Christ. The Messiah is not an angelic being. As the Son, he has a radically different origin and position, Mark 13:32. This is strengthened in Paul by his opposition to Gnostic teaching concerning them, that is, the angels. And actually, they cite Paul's warning in Colossians 2:18, where some Jews apparently worshipped angels.